Well, hello, lipstick gang. This is Victoria Lowe, and I'm back with another video, which means 3 colors this time. In continuation with my lipstick transition series, today I decided to go ahead and show you guys the perfect nude transition, which I feel will help you to become more comfortable with creating your own nude shades and building your own nude recipes. I am so excited to share. So without further ado, let's get right into this video.
Let's mix it up.
Mix it.
Lipstick gang.
Mix it.
Lipstick gang.
Mix it.
Lipstick gang.
Mix it.
Let's mix it up.
Mix it.
Lipstick gang.
Mix it.
Lipstick gang.
Mix it.
Lipstick gang. Let's mix it up.
All right, lipstick besties, if you guys are new here, welcome. And if you guys are not, welcome back. You guys know that I like to start off with my world famous base, my Very Veelo Beauty lipstick base. You can grab it from Veryveelobeauty.com if you don't know by now. So I have equal amounts of base in each one of the bowls. All the bowls have the same amount of base because the recipe is going to transition from the same recipe to a different recipe to create each new color. All of the recipes are going to be listed on my Patreon for a small monthly pledge of $5. You guys will have access to all of my recipes and all of my future recipes. So I appreciate you guys for all of my patrons that I currently have. Thank you so much for being a part of my Patreon family. It means so much. And welcome to all of the new patrons. But as I said before, this recipe numbers 1 through 3 will be listed on my Patreon in matte and in the satin finish. So if you're a matte kind of girl or if you're a satin kind of girl, you will be able to create these 3 colors in both finishes. You'll have the recipe for the small tester batch that you see me making, which is like 1 to 2 bottles. And you'll also have the large batch recipe, which is 16 or more bottles. So with that being said, I hope to see you guys there. So here I am going in with my background, which is my white pigment, which is the titanium dioxide. You guys know that I like to add in my titanium dioxide first, and all 3 bowls contain the same amount of titanium dioxide. So what I'm doing here is, before I take my hand mixer, I just want to work in that powder to that base so that the base is coated, or the powder is coated with the base. And once I use my hand mixer, the powder won't fly around. Titanium dioxide is definitely not something that you want to breathe in. So please wear a mask, and also wear your hair tied up or wear a hairnet, preferably a hairnet. So yes, I'm just mixing it in with my my silicone spatula, and I'm just doing it in a sweeping motion back and forth, just so that the powder doesn't spill out of the side of the bowl. And shortly after that, I'll go ahead and blend everything together with my hand mixer. So the star of the show is the brown oxide, and again I'm adding it in equal parts to each of these bowls, the same amount. And with any nude, brown oxide is most likely present, but what you want to do is sweep it in with your silicone spatula first, and repeat the same exact process as we did when mixing in the titanium dioxide. Be sure to scrape the bowl occasionally as you add each color in to minimize streaking from the titanium dioxide and to incorporate all of the colors that you add evenly. You guys won't believe that color number 1 is done. It was just simply titanium dioxide and brown oxide. Now on to colors number 2 and 3. Color number 2 is more of a butterscotch nude. So I went in with some FD&C yellow number 5 Alum Lake. And because this is a transition, I wanted to continue on with the yellow number 5 Alum Lake right inside of bowl 3. So what you see me doing here is just gently mixing the yellow number 5 color addition into our current recipe that we started off with bowl number 1, and we're just transitioning it into this nice butterscotch yellow-ish nude with some nice yellow undertones. I absolutely love this nude. I have a similar nude in my line by the name of DC, and I just love what DC gives. And as you can see, the difference between color number 1 and number 2 is that color number 2 is definitely more brighter and enhanced with those yellow tones from the yellow number 5 Alum Lake. And then I'm just going to mix in the yellow number 5 in the third bowl. So now that colors number 1 and 2 are done, we are going to transition into finishing color number 3. And this is going to go from that, I'm just going to call her butterscotch. That butterscotch yellow, we're going to go into more of a warmer nude. So I'm going in with some Red 40 Alum Lake, and it's going to give me some warm undertones. You guys know that red and yellow makes orange, so it's gonna go from that nice yellow to a much warmer nude. So I'm just sweeping in that Red 40 into that shade, and I'm gonna shortly show you guys the difference between the two.
So many things have taken place before this love affair began.
With the color transition between 2 and 3, the difference was noticeable to me, but to make it a little more noticeable, I'm gonna go in with some red 27 Alum Lake, and that's gonna really intensify that warm tone that we're looking for within our nude, and you will definitely see a greater difference between the second transition to the third transition, and I'm going to be showing you guys the difference right now. Look at that. What a little pink would do. I love the way all of these colors came out. Right here I am just showing you color number 1, a nice color swatch, and of course I didn't this is just a satin version. But on my Patreon, if you want to make the matte, I will definitely have the matte recipe as well. And that is color number 2. And then this is color number 3. And I'm just swatching that so you guys can see how the nudes transitioned between each nude. Excuse my dryness on my arm. I wiped it down with alcohol. I am slightly darker than these other beautiful complexions. So, and that's due to my melanin. My melanin is popping. So I wanted to show you guys how these beautiful color transitions look on other beautiful complexions. So here we are with color number 1. I am absolutely amazed and grateful and happy with the way that this shade turned out. And I love this idea of showing the colors amongst the different complexions, because you can see how different it looks on just me showcasing it on myself all of the time, and we all look different. We come in such beautiful different shades, all different beautiful shades in complexion. So I definitely wanted to showcase how the colors would differentiate between us all, or hopefully, you know, get as close as I can to showing the color on as many skin tones as I can. But that is color number 1, and now we're going in with Miss Butterscotch, which is color number 2. And you see how that extra addition of yellow made that shade go from one shade to this butterscotch shade, and I'm really pleased at how that turned out, and I'm just blown away at how different it looks on each skin tone. I love this. This is what makes me love what I do. And lastly, here is that beautiful warm nude, that color number 3. Isn't she lovely? She is a beauty. What a little pink would do. And here I am, I added too much to my lipstick applicator, and I'm just trying to blend it out as much as I can. But yes, that color is like a nice deep nude. I love it. I really love the way they all turned out, and all 3 of these shades are my favorite. You know what? My favorite nudes, rather. You guys, please let me know in the comment section what is your favorite transition shade, 1, 2, or 3, and which one or ones would you wear or incorporate in your line. I am so happy how it came out. I want to thank you guys so much for allowing me to share my gift with you today. As always, stay blessed and have a happy holidays. Until next time.